Well, it's February 2021. The market is absolutely nuts. Surrey and the whole Fraser Valley, the whole lower mainland for that matter. I swear, if it wasn't pouring rain so bad outside, we might actually catch on fire. It is nuts. But the question I'm getting constantly is, where do I go? What can I get for my money? Well, that number is changing dramatically no matter what category you're in currently. But I thought it would be fun today to go over January's sales, some very specific sales, so you can see actually what you do get for your money. Before we get to the stats, though, please remember your speculation tax notice is likely sitting in your mailbox if you haven't already collected it, and it has to be filed or you will get hit with BC's speculation tax later this year. All right, as promised, here are the stats, and right after that, let's get in to see what your money buys you this month in Surrey.
Our Surrey combined detached market seen 386 sales in the month of January. That's almost double the amount of sales that we've seen over the same time last year. Our benchmark price is $1,198,900. That's up 2.1% month over month and a whopping 13.9% year over year.
Our January sales for townhomes were 285 and only 149 this time last year. We have a benchmark price of 600,500. And that is a 0.9% increase month over month and a 7.3% increase year over year.
And in condos, benchmark price is around 403,000. That's a 3.9% increase year over year, but month over month we have been relatively flat at 0%. Now, as Steve has predicted, with detached and townhouse markets increasing, condos eventually will have to increase in value as well, as first-time home buyers try to get into the market and can no longer afford those townhouses. They will have to look at condos.
All right, super fun thing to do here. We're just going to go over recent sales for the month of January so you can see in the city of Surrey, within the city limits, the different neighborhoods, what you might be able to buy in your price range. This will be shocking for most people coming not from the Vancouver area or the lower mainland area. If you're outside of Toronto as well, you might be kind of used to these prices. But for the rest of the country, well, just hold on and take a look. So let's look at this sale here. This is actually the lowest priced sale. So this is a 3-bed, 1-bath modular home or mobile home in 952 square feet just off of Scott Road. Now, here's the interesting part about a property like this. It's sold for $98,000, but you still have a pad rent. So you're still paying $595 a month to live there. So that's why so many people more end up in 1-bedroom condos or townhouses or whatever. They take that portion of that pad fee and they actually put it towards paying down their own equity. But this will get you a 3-bedroom home with 1 bath at 952 square feet, and you don't share any walls with anyone. And I will flip through some pictures here just so you can kind of see. These are previous sales, so unfortunately you won't see them online anymore. But that's interesting to see the lowest sale of under $100,000 in the city of Surrey, and that was listed by Remax City. I do have to mention the brokerages here because these, again, are not all of our listings. This is just generally what's going on in the market. All right, now let's move into the strata. So if you don't want to be in a modular home, you probably want to get into some strata. Well, this is the lowest sale of a strata unit in the entire city. This is up on 102 Ave. So this is Wally City Center. It is a 0-bedroom. So we're talking bachelor pad, bachelor suite, bachelor pad. I guess bachelor pad and bachelor suite are slightly different things. This was actually listed by Century 21 and it sold in only 5 days for over the asking price. So nice, modern. Usually these are rentable right in what they're trying to make the new downtown core. But no particular bedroom, kind of a room off to the side, open walls. So that was listed at $299,900, actually sold over the asking price at $300 even. But you don't want to go there. You need more space. You need some bedrooms. Well, I've been telling people for about a month now, buy a condo. And I'm not going to lie, I bought a condo and this is it. This is actually listed by the Catronis team out of Home Life in Cloverdale. But I put my money where my mouth is. This listing was only on the market for 8 days. We did pay $475 full price in competing offers, but you now get 2 beds, 2 baths in Cloverdale. So little nicer area to live than possibly Wally, but you do end up with now still under 1,000 square feet. This one's about 800 plus square feet. And only about 6 years old. So there is, sorry, even less than that. No, we're 6 years old now because it is 2021. I keep forgetting. But that is about what we're seeing these days. Somewhere between 460 and 500 will get you a proper, decent 2-bed, 2-bath within the city limits. That is kind of the alternative now for people that are trying to get into those 2-bedroom townhouses because, well, those have just skyrocketed. So again, that was Home Life in Cloverdale, listed that particular property. Now let's move on to the townhouses. So I have a little bigger family. I can't fit into that 2-bed, 2-bath. I need 3 beds. Well, this particular unit here sold in Sullivan Heights. Sullivan Heights is kind of the belly button, if you would, of Surrey, right kind of in that 152 and Highway 10 area. Super awesome spot to be. We have a team member that lives there. I won't tell you which one. This particular property was listed by Century 21. It was on the market for only 4 days. Again, you're noticing a trend here. $614,000 list price, actually sold under list, sold for 600 even in just those 4 days. But here's what you do get. Now you get to a townhouse, you get something with a garage, thank goodness. You also get 3 bedrooms upstairs, and this particular unit has 4 bathrooms, including that ever so precious powder room on the main. All right, so this is basically where families are going these days. If they can't afford that detached home, they're going into something like this. It is a 1,500 square foot, so I mean it's a good size. It's probably about the same size as most kids of the 80s like me grew up in, except now we are on attached walls. So that's 600,000. Moving on to I'm going to skip that one. I'm going to come back. Watch this. So you need something bigger. You want to go to Fleetwood. Fleetwood's a pretty good spot. Also, this is a 2,100 square foot townhome. This listed at $850. Now, up on Boxwood there, that's only a few-year-old complex, only a couple of years. They listed for $850. They sold again in only 6 days for $845,000. But this is, again, a larger property now. You're going to see more square footage. Thank goodness. We need that family space, but we're still not in any sort of detached marketplace. And I mean, unfortunately, that's why I'm going to skip back here. You're going to see if you want to buy the dirt, as they say. Let's skip down to South Surrey. There's a whole subdivision here that was done. Now, these are 3,500 square foot lots. They've kind of got that back lane area with the detached garage. So this is just the dirt ready to build. It was a series of them. They all sold for $830-ish $1,000 plus tax. So now you're going to have to build a house on top of that. And a lot of, these are getting built anywhere from 2,500 to 3,500 square foot houses. But that's what the dirt costs you. And this, again, was a whole string of these lots that were sold in just 9 days. And that was actually listed by Home Life Benchmark. So if you can't go there, you come back to this style of townhouse. This townhouse was listed by Remax 2000. And again, sold in just 6 days for 2,000 square feet. Cost you $845,000. Fleetwood, though, fairly good spot, and eventually there will be SkyTrain right in that area. Now, what does $1 million get you in Surrey these days? Well, this is it. This is Boulevard Heights. Boulevard Heights is the north end of Surrey. This is a old timer rancher, 2-bed, 1-bath. Again, this is basically lot value, except now you're starting to see a full-size lot, and you'll notice in these photos here next door there's big houses being built, and that's a pretty good trend for that age of home these days. So you get now this is a 7,900 square foot lot listed for $999, sold for $1,005,000 in, again, 2 days. All right. So, I mean, these are kind of shocking numbers for a lot of people. We're getting pretty used to them. And that's actually a Macdonald Realty listing listed out of our South Surrey office. So good for those guys. All right. But now I want to get into a detached. I want something modern. I want a good family neighborhood, and this is Provincetown. This is kind of an area of Cloverdale, south of Fraser Highway, but it is a newer area. This is built in 2008. Now you end up with 5 bedrooms. A lot of these properties in this area will have rental suites down below. This is a 3,000 square foot home, 30, well, an extra 50 square feet in there for you. And it is listed by Home Life again. Now take a look at this. This is where most people are expecting they can get to with a family. Double car garage, a beautiful little neighborhood, safe for the kids to play outside, all that wonderful stuff, you know, granite countertops, stainless appliances. And well, I hate to tell you, but this was one day on the market, went into multiple offers, listed at 1.249. Sold in excess of that to about $12,000. So again, it's super competitive market. Almost everything we're seeing here is selling within the first week. Well, I think they all sold within the first week, except for the lot, and all selling usually in excess of the asking price. So that's what you get. Now you only get about a 3,500 square foot lot with this type of property, but we do find that, well, let's be honest, these days with kids playing video games and all that wonderful stuff, big lots have definitely, well, for cost value too, have definitely gone by the wayside. So let's say, you know what, you bought a house like this years ago for $700,000 and now you want to upgrade. Well, here's what you can get for $1.5 million. This was McNally Creek. This is actually, we had a buyer interested in these, and let me tell you, this property sold on January 4th for 1.48 plus tax. But let me tell you now, their new builds that are now coming out in this same development are now much, much more money, to the tune of 1.6, 1.65, somewhere in there. 4,000 square foot lot, but now you're down in South Surrey. You're in generally what's looked upon as a much nicer area, and you are a brand new build. But don't forget that under 1.5 is still going to have GST on top. And I mean, now you're talking absolutely spectacular for $1.5 million. I would say we've probably gone up even $100,000 since this sale. So I'd say closer to 1.6. Now you'll get a lot of the same dimensions in this house that you would have from the one in Provincetown, but it's nicer, newer, a little bigger. And that was listed by Momentum Realty. Now, you got some money? Let's get into the pretty stuff, right? This is in Panorama Ridge, 3 days on the market. Listed for 2.3, sold 50 grand above that, but now you're talking a 20,000 square foot lot. This is a 5,100 square foot house listed by Remax Colonial. And well, I mean, now we're in a different ballpark, right? There were not that many sales over $2 million in the city of Surrey. I was actually kind of shocked to see how few there were. I think there was only 11. But you also have to understand that the city of Surrey, many people think White Rock is White Rock and City of Surrey and City of Surrey. But generally speaking, most people that live in South Surrey say they live in White Rock. I thought there would have been more sales, but now you end up with those beautiful estate homes at $2.3 million sold in just 3 days. And last but not least, everybody, I showed you the lowest sale at $98,000, a little modular. And now let's go to the highest sale. Now, keep in mind, a lot of the sales that happen in development are not done on the MLS system, so we won't see them. But let me walk you through. And it is a development deal. It's on 19th and 168th. It's over an acre. It sold for $4.1 million under the asking price, but again, in just 2 weeks. And that is actually a Sutton listing. And I don't think there's going to be many fantastic pictures here. No, it's just an overhead shot, because future development is where the property worth $4 million will likely get you. So let me press stop on this here real quick. There we go. So that is what you get for your money in the city of Surrey. I would actually suggest that prices are going up. So if any of these sales happened at the beginning of the month, there's a very good chance that there's going to be major percentages up since then. If you have any questions about the city of Surrey and pricing within it, or the Fraser Valley for that matter, where we service, please reach out. We absolutely love to hear from you. Comment down below, and yeah, we'll see you next month. Thanks for watching the Surrey Report. Bye for now. Thanks so much for watching the Surrey Report again this month. If you missed it in January, go back and watch our video all about why now might be the best time ever to buy a condo within the City of Surrey. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next month on the Surrey Report.
Now that's a 3.9% increase year over year, but month over month we have been flat and it's been in 0%. What the? Flat at 0%.